Let's not show the evidence. I'm glad we picked that first, because I actually did want to see what the bad, like, if one of them led to a bad end, I wanted to see what it was.
No.
Your Honor, I don't have any evidence I can present at this point in time. Nope, nothing, no siree. What? You lie. Chief Gant. You opened my safe. I know you took what was inside. The conclusive evidence.
Oh, so I guess in this case he's incriminating himself.
Yup. You know, as someone once said, maybe not that more than 10 minutes ago. Sometimes you gotta lie to get to the truth.
Thank you, Danganronpa.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Mr. Wright, why don't you show it them? We found it together.
Shh. No.
It's definitely the real killers.
Wait. Trust me. It's a bad idea. Oh, I see. It's because you know the truth, don't you? You know whose fingerprints are on it. That's why you won't present it.
What are you talking about, Chief Gant?
Can't you figure it out? Take a good look at this picture. See the victim's vest. Notice anything odd about the chest area? It looks like part of it's been cut out for some reason.
You mean you had this in your safe?
What? That means you, the chief of police, have been concealing evidence. This is going to be the biggest scandal in the history of the police department. Fuck. Impressive. To be honest, I didn't think you had the gall, righto. I didn't 15 minutes ago. Well, I can't just let you pin me up as the murderer. I'll tell you what really happened. What? You mean you admit to it? I thought you weren't allowed to do this. I was the first person to arrive at the crime scene that day. It then occurred to me that I could use the situation to control Lana.
So you really were manipulating her?
I knew Lana. But I made it look like the blame lay with her sister. That when she saw the scene, she would ask for my aid.
So you assisted Miss Sky?
I told her to arrange all the evidence, and her plant the knife tip in the victim's body and move the body across the room.
And I ended up using the evidence to get Joe Dark convicted.
When I tampered with the crime scene, I hid 2 pieces of evidence. This was before Lana arrived at the scene, mind you. 2 pieces of evidence? You mean those items in your safe? But why? For insurance. Of course. Insurance? I was sure my plan would work, but it's always best to be prepared for the worst. I wasn't about to let anyone blame me for a murder that girl committed. You mean you were calculating that far ahead while forging the evidence? What do you take me for, fool? I didn't make police chief by dumb luck. See this jar fragment? I hid the most legible part of Emma's name. I didn't expect Lana to go and wipe the blood off all the pieces.
But if you fabricated all the evidence, what's to say you didn't fabricate the message on this jar too?
Oh. Some people just don't know when to quit, do they? Yeah, because that makes sense, because it just... Knowing the situation, I don't know why Neil Marshall would have spent his, last 10 minutes putting the blood on that jar and trying to frame Emma. I don't think he would have been, I don't know.
Yeah, because he was
me.
fighting... He was fighting Joe Dark And yes, he got, he was dying. But yeah, that would have been so weird if he was like, Emma, you bitch, I'm gonna write your name.
Yeah, it just doesn't seem like that was something that I had been thinking for a little bit. Like, it doesn't seem like something he would have done, but just from what we know about the guy. But
Yeah.
some people just don't know when to quit, do they? That's why I kept one more item for insurance.
You mean piece of cloth?
Come on, Rido, cough it up already. I know you have it.
What are you waiting for, Mr. Wright?
So you admit to it then, Chief Gant? You were hiding the cloth you cut off the victim's vest in your chest? In your safe? Wow, that... my brain was like, chest. You have to finish this with a rhyme.
You cut off a piece of the safe and hid it in your chest, didn't you?
Yes, I admit it. I didn't want to have to do that, being chief and all. But it's a lot better than being portrayed as a murderer. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you have to say for yourself? Just a moment ago, you said you didn't have any evidence you could present. Foolish move, Rido. You should have shown it then before it was too late. It's been a long battle. The moment of truth has finally arrived. As long as I don't mess up here, victory is mine. Save ya. Man, I just... I still think we're supposed to not show it still. But I'm not 100%. I'm gonna show it this time. Your Honor, I do have evidence to present now. Alright then, let's see this conclusive evidence. The evidence that shows you were actually murdered, Prosecutor Marshall. Oops. My attorney's badge.
Yeah, let me do it. Do it!
Let me verify this once more. On the day of the crime, you personally cut out this piece of the victim's vest. Oh yes. At last you finally brought it out into the open. There's a handprint on this piece of cloth.
But see, then my question is, so did he already test it? Like, so that means, like, at the time, like, on the spot, why would he have cut that out? Like, how would he have known that's Emma's? Like, right then and there. No?
I mean...
If he arrived after...
If it was the only person who could have... I mean, I guess it didn't matter...
You see what I mean? If he arrived after the fact, how would he have known that's conclusively Emma's handprint? Unless she had blood on her hands. Like, there's no evidence that led to that fact. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know.
Your Honor, the prosecution requests that that be immediately sent to the lab for analysis. This handprint on the leather. There must have been a strong impact for it to be left so clearly.
You mean...
It could not have been forged. It must be authentic, conclusive evidence.
Oh. You're as slow on the uptake as ever, Worthy.
What?
Think about it. Rido had all this time to present this evidence. Yet he was reluctant to do so. Why would that be?
You mean you already know? You know whose fingerprints are on that? Mr. Wright, do you really know?
Whoever the fingerprints belong to must be the real murderer. Yeah, okay, I think we're going down the wrong path again, which is actually what I wanted this time. Whose fingerprints are they? Very well, I'll tell you. Should be okay now. Everything's proceeding as predicted. Oh, maybe we are going down the right path.
Oh, damn. That's
whom these fingerprints belong to is. Does it want me to lie? See, if it's
Try
giving
lying.
you the choice, I think it wants me to lie. Okay? No, it's no use lying here. Okay? They'll discover the truth the second they analyze. Okay. That's fair. What's the matter, Righto? Hurry up and tell us. You do know, don't you, Mr. Wright? Whoever the fingerprints belong to must be the real murderer. Whose fingerprints are they? Very well, I'll tell you. Okay. I'm a Sky.
What? They're mine?
I'm sorry, Emma.
But why? Why didn't you tell me?
Oh. You're really something, Righto. You knew this girl did it all along. And you still tried to pin the murder on me. So it's true. Tragic, but true. This girl really did shove Prosecutor Marshall to his death. How could you? You monster! Miss Sky, you knew whose fingerprints those were all along, yet you acted like she really didn't. Miss Sky, it's not over yet. What? I said this trial isn't over yet. Huh. But I'm afraid it is over, boy. Not only this trial, but your career, too.
The judge says, in fact, I'll kill you myself.
And I'll help dispose of the body. You purposely concealed this conclusive evidence. That, my friend, is a serious offense. I'm looking forward to pressing charges after the defendant is convicted. I'll have your badge, boy. What's the matter? Cat got your tongue? Aren't you going to tell us how it feels? How it feels to be the one who single-handedly turned a poor little girl into a murderer? Before I do that, there's just one little thing I have to clear up. Oh, and what's that? Who really killed Prosecutor Neil Marshall? What? Chief Gant, you are absolutely right. This piece of cloth proves who the real murderer is. Who killed Neil Marshall, you ask? It was Emma Sky, wasn't it? I'm afraid that's not possible. You see, this piece of cloth contains a critical contradiction. What? Contradiction? What is this fool babbling about? I'm talking about a contradiction, one that proves who the real killer is. But, Mr. Wright, this piece of cloth, what could it possibly contradict? Chief Gant, your tyrannical reign ends here. Behold, the piece of evidence is that contradicts this cloth. Okay.
My attorney's badge.
Yeah, as always. Piece of contradicts the cloth?
Okay, it's not that. We'll just go in order.
I'm just thinking. Let me look at the photo. So I'm trying to see, is it like. Maybe it's like his outfit? Maybe might be the autopsy. With the rubber glove?
I don't remember. I think we used it already.
I guess. I don't remember using it, actually. But also, what would its involvement have been in that case? Because this is... It was SL9, so it's not related to the murder we're actually on trial for. It's related to the old incident.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that we did. I don't know that that was right, but that seems pretty wrong. Oh, fun watching you squirm right now. This piece of evidence does indeed seem to contradict something. Your outward appearance of mental sanity. Jesus, this judge. What am I doing? Oh, now I can actually save. Because I couldn't actually save during that.
Gotcha.
If this cloth was cut from Prosecutor Marshall's vest after he died, I just saved over the other file, so we couldn't go back and see what the other thing was, but that's fine. And something's definitely not right about it.
It's too late to turn back now. You're the only one who can put an end to this, right?
Chief Gant, your tyrannical reign is here. Okay. It is this, isn't it?
Wait, what?
No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial.
Well, you can try it, I guess.
Nope. I was just thinking, because the case on trial right now is not the SL9 incident. That's not what this is. We're supposed to be. That's not what this trial is.
Just for the fun of it, do your badge. Here's my attorney badge.
Woo!
Sorry, I just had to. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we got. Well, I mean, it's the last trial. You know, we gotta pull out all the stops.
Wait, what about the photo itself? Let's see.
This one?
Is there?
Or, oh, the photo of.
Yeah. I mean, I wonder if there's just something we're not seeing and they'll explain it if it is right.
We could try. I think it's it's either the photo or it's this photo. I'm pretty sure it could also be the autopsy report. Whatever. Let's just. I mean, there's no point in wasting time. Okay, cool.
Oh, sweet.
What exactly is this supposed to be? Good question. This is the picture Miss Sky took. Take a good look at it. See where the piece of his vest was cut out? Yes, his shirt is showing underneath. It's hard to make out with all the blood on his vest, though. Exactly my point. His chest is soaked with blood. That's only natural. Oh, then the vest would have been bloody too? His lungs, no doubt, were punctured. Blood poured out of his mouth. Oh, but that piece of cloth... Wait, there's no blood on it. Since Emma Sky's fingerprints are on this cloth, there's no doubt that she shoved the prosecutor aside. However, Mr. Marshall was not impaled on the sword at that time. No, this is nonsense.
I didn't think about it that way.
Me neither. Now then, Chief Gant, let me ask you something. Prosecutor Marshall was not impaled when he was shoved aside.
He most likely hit his head on the ground and was knocked out.
If so, then tell me, who could it have been? Who could have arrived at the scene before Miss Lana Scott? picked up the unconscious prosecutor and impaled him on the armor's sword.
Then, to make it look like Emma was responsible for the prosecutor's death, said person proceeded to write her name on the jar with victim's blood. A jar that they then broke on purpose to leave behind a clue. And make Lana believe her sister did it.
Remember what you admitted only moments ago. That you personally cut out this bloodless piece of the victim's vest. Ironic, isn't it? Through the very act of creating insurance, you proved that you were the actual murderer. No! It's finally over. All over. Oh, that was close, Fido. You almost had me. Sorry, but you'll have to do better than that. I refute your allegations. What do you mean you refute his allegations? You see, that piece of cloth is illegal evidence. That's what I tried to say like a few minutes ago. It didn't really work out for me. Order! What nonsense is this? Illegal evidence cannot be used to convict a suspect. Remember, Reggie? Earlier, old Rhino here concealed that piece of cloth. So then what's your excuse, Rhino? You do have some conclusive evidence, don't you? Your Honor, I don't have any evidence I can present at this point in time, so you made the right choice that time. Well, that's true. Defense did refuse to present evidence. At that moment, that piece of cloth ceased to be legal evidence.
But that's not fair.
Oh. You actually think you could best me in court? Looks like the last laugh's on you, son. I'm afraid Mr. Gant's claim is legally correct. Well, Mr. Edgeworth?
True, illegal evidence cannot be used to convict a person. Assuming, of course, that the evidence is indeed illegal.
Well, Mr. Wright? It seems at last the time for me to reveal my plan has finally arrived. Mr. Wright, do you admit to it? I feel like I'm gonna make a choice. We only have one thing left, so... That you purposefully and illegally concealed this piece of cloth.
I mean, I feel like I did, because...
Well, no, I think I did is definitely the wrong answer, because...
That's what I think. That's what I think.
Yeah, I think if we're admitting the evidence is legal, then it's all for naught. So we're gonna go with this first.
Yeah.
No, if I admit to that, well, my planning will have been for nothing. Okay, it didn't actually give me a choice. It seems Mr. Wright didn't understand the implication of his conduct. Oh, okay. It did let me. Defense has failed to give the court sufficient reason to doubt the prosecution's claim. Court finds the defendant in Islana Sky. Hey.
I thought there would be, like, you know, like extra lines of dialogue.
Yeah, I thought so too. Okay. Let's pick the right thing. Well, yeah, because it didn't actually give us the choice, but it still took HP away, and our HP went down. So that was like the normal you lose ending. I admit, I refused to present it at one point. So the evidence is illegal. No, it isn't, Mr. Gant. Huh? It's not that I didn't present evidence then. It's that I couldn't. What do you mean, you couldn't? There were certain procedures involved in presenting evidence. No, Audrey, don't listen to his lies. He's nothing but a coward you can't really believe.
There's only one issue left to be resolved in this trial. Is this evidence legal or not?
Very well, let us settle this once and for all. Earlier, you refused to present evidence. If you can prove your conduct was not in violation of the law, then do so now. Okay, so that's, I mean, this
That would be evidence law, yeah.
This is my proof, Your Honor. Evidence law. What's this? I've done my homework too, Chief. Indeed, Emma Sky's fingerprints were on this piece of cloth. However, at that point in time, this was merely a piece of cloth, nothing more. What? You see, it's written right here in this book. The second rule of evidence law.
Rule 1. No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department.
I found this piece of evidence myself, inside your safe. It goes without saying I did not have approval from the police department.
Rule 2. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial.
And here's the crux of the matter. You see, at the time it was impossible for me to prove the relevance between the cloth and the SL9 incident. What? What kind of nonsense is this? You want relevancy? Just take one look at this picture and... Sorry, but can you recall, when was that picture presented? That was shown only a few moments ago. No.
He's right. At the beginning of today's trial, that piece of cloth was still meaningless.
The person who gave it value as evidence was you, Damon Gant.
You yourself confessed to a certain truth.
Let me verify this once more. On the day of the crime, you personally cut out this piece of the victim's vest. Oh, yes. No.
It was then that you approved this cloth as conclusive evidence. Yes, you, the chief of police, personally approved this cloth.
The only person who could have cut this from the victim's vest is the one who stood before Prosecutor Marshall in his final moments. In other words, the real murderer, and there's only one person who that could be. Damon Gant. The killer was you. Okay, I'm good.
Oh my god, that is hilarious. Oh, jeez.
I knew I should have gotten rid of him. That good-for-nothing scum. For 2 years, he's been snooping around the department trying to get something on me. Crimes are being committed every day, and he insisted on hounding me.
Well, your crime wasn't exactly petty.
He wanted to reinvestigate the case. He recruited Angel Starr, and then convinced Bruce Goodman. Detective Goodman? Yeah, that's right. If the evidence is transferred, I'll lose my only chance to find out the truth. Please, you've got to help me. Goodman turned him down, as he ought to. Still, Jake Marshall didn't know when to quit.
He stole Goodman's ID card and tried to take the evidence.
Goodman came to me that day. He wanted to file a lost item report. I went with him to the evidence room. And all of a sudden, he decided to speak out. What are you talking about, Goodman? I mean, this is the first time he's talked, so it's like...
Yeah, you want to think or you want me to?
I mean, it's not going to be too many lines. I'll just do it. Can you please reopen the investigation, Chief? You can't transfer the evidence out. There are too many questions left unanswered. I'm assuming, like, that's probably going to be it.
Yeah.
He opened his evidence locker, and as he was taking the evidence out, he said, "It's not too late. I'm going to hand this all over to Marshall." That's got to be it, right? Well, to be honest, I was a bit taken aback by his words. I had a bad feeling when he came to see me, but I never thought he'd bring up SL9. That's when I saw it, that accursed knife. Couldn't just pull it out.
Doing so would have only led to more blood, making it near impossible to hide your crime.
Even so, the blood was just pouring out. I didn't know who might stumble in, so I hurried to wipe it up. I was worrying so much about the floor, I didn't realize my fatal mistake. The bloody handprint on Detective Gumshoe's locker. I used to be known as the crime computer. But everyone has to start somewhere, I guess. I was too nervous. I had no business doing any of it.
Then you put the body in my car.
I'm sorry, I couldn't think of any other way to move the body.
Yeah, screw you, Edgeworth, and your stupid car.
I broke your trunk, but what's the big deal? You make a lot more than us detectives ever will. Leaving the prosecution's car aside. How could you get Miss Sky involved in all of this? Well, she had as much to lose as I did if the truth came out.
So you took the evidence from Detective Goodman's locker?
I felt bad for having to do it. I also didn't have the time to pick and choose what to take. So, you left the jar fragments and the glove. Yeah. Looks like I was better off being an investigator of crimes than a committer. They all did their best to get in my way. Got to hand it to them. They do their jobs well, much to my dismay.
Fake evidence doesn't hold up very well upon close examination. You must have known that.
Tell me, Worthy, why do you stand in court?
Me?
You despise criminals. I can feel it, you and me. We're the same. One day you'll understand. Oh, believe me, you will. You're just one man. You'll see what it really takes to bring them down once you try to go it all alone. Well, looks like it's time to say goodbye. Oh, Udgy. What? Looks like we'll have to cancel that lunch date. Sorry, old friend. I'm sorry too, Damon Gant. I knew you as you used to be long ago. You were once a fine investigator and an example to the others on the force. I'm sorry to learn that you are no longer that person. Those days are gone now, Udgy. Thanks for all the memories, though. Don't worry, you'll be fine. Now you have Righto here. And Worthy. With these two around, you can't go wrong. In fact, I can hear them already. The melodious sounds of a new beginning.
I could definitely hear it now. The soundtrack to the sequel.
Yeah, exactly. There are two things I want you to understand. Yes. First, your sister never hurt anyone. Second, Damon Gant betrayed you from the beginning. You see, Miss Sky, you no longer have any reason to keep silent. You're right. When this trial is over, I'll tell everything. All that I've done these past 2 years, from the time I had Gant help me forge evidence up until today. So, It seems all the questions raised in this trial have been answered. Sorry, Miss Sky. I couldn't get you out of all your trouble. My. What high standards you have for a rookie. I can see why Mia thought so highly of you. Who knows? A few years from now, you just might make it to the top. I owe you my thanks, Mr. Wright. The Sky. And to you too, Mr. Edgeworth. You've suffered every bit as much as I have over these past few days. Believe me, I know how much of an ordeal it's been for you.
It was nothing.
Liar.
I'm used to being a
It's
participant in crime scenes. In fact, I was probably the murderer in the previous trial.
Yeah, I got off with it, though. I was worried the pressure might break you. And yet, you rose above it all and guided Mr. Wright to victory. You've done well, Mr. Edgeworth.
Stop it. I only did my job.
In light of this case, it seems a good self-examining is in order for all of us. Miss Sky? Yes, Your Honor. You are innocent of murder. However, although the chief blackmailed you, the fact is you still acted as his accomplice. A trial will be scheduled for these crimes at a later date. Yes, I understand, Your Honor. Is there something amusing about all this? Why are you smiling? It's been a long time, Your Honor. A long time since I felt free of these heavy chains. Well, this trial has gone on far too long already. Regarding the charge of murder, this court finds the defendant, Miss Lana Sky, not guilty. You say it with me. That is all. This court is adjourned. God, about fucking time, right, Edgeworth? Yeah, that was so long. Such a long case. At long last, it's finally over. There we go, he said it. Emma. Why the long face? I'm sorry your sister didn't get completely off the hook. But at least she wasn't convicted for a murder she didn't commit.
No, that's not it. Just now, after the trial ended.
I can see why Mia Fey thought so highly of you. I owe you my thanks, Mr. Wright. And to you too, Mr. Edgeworth. You've suffered every bit as much as I have over these past few days. You've done well.
I'm pissed she didn't thank me too. You know, I did my best too. But Lana didn't say a single word to me. Wow, I can't believe I got that right.
She doesn't like you is actually what we've learned today. No. Every time.
Hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals.
You always are, Gumshoe.
Oh? Yes, I am. I'll come back later.
Aw. Wait, Detective Gumshoe. What is it?
I've come to give you my resume for a job. I mean,
True.
you're doing this on purpose, aren't you? Making a detective run around while on duty. And to top it off, you call me here. I've seen happier people at funerals.
This is the third time we've had this conversation this chapter, Detective.
Hey, lighten up, pals. I'm only kidding. Oh? Are you here because of my sister again? Nope, not this time. I came today because of you, pal. Me? That's right. I thought you'd like to see someone.
What? Oh, okay, he brought Lana with her.
Lana?
should you be doing this? He's still under arrest, you know.
Well, I won't tell if you want.
Thought you got fired.
In fact, I took her handcuffs off too.
And gave her this knife. Just curious what she would do with it. Emma, I owe you an apology.
Yes, you do, bitch. I mean, it's okay, sis. Don't worry about it.
That day 2 years ago was the first time in my life I ever panicked. It was all I could do to keep myself from screaming. All I could think about was keeping you from getting wrapped up in that mess.
Sis.
I asked Gant to help me cover up the truth. I thought I was doing it for your sake. But now, I realize I was wrong. I changed after that day. I had to. It was the only way I could make it through the past 2 years. I knew how much I was hurting you by distancing myself, but I couldn't bring myself to tell you what I did. I was scared. Scared that you'd look at me with those eyes of yours. I was scared of how you'd react if you knew.
But sis, you were only doing it for me.
No.
Hmm?
I turned my back on you that day. In hiding what I believed to be the truth, I was deceiving you.
Sis.
I'm such a fool. It took me all this time to realize it. Emma, I'm so sorry.
But sis, you don't have to apologize. I'm happy now.
You're happy?
Yeah, happy you're gonna be convicted and go to jail for those other crimes. Of course. You know, sis, I always knew that one day you'd come back. And now you have.
Oh, Emma. Emma. No one can change the past. The only thing we can do is strive to make up for our mistakes. Why must we make up for our mistakes, you ask? Because in so doing, we can find the way back to our rightful path. And it is from there that we can move on toward a brighter future. At least, that's what I felt watching the two sisters make up. Mr. Wright, Mr. Gumshoe.
Me?
Thank you both for all that you've done. I'm sure we'll meet again someday. Isn't that right, Edgeworth? Edgeworth? Stop hiding and come over here.
I just imagine him hiding behind one of those bushes.
Yeah, just like you can totally see him, full body, just like doing his best. Where was he hiding? Well, apparently you couldn't. Apparently Phoenix couldn't see him.
I just came to say, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth.
I'm still your biggest fan, by the way.
Right. Well, I'll be going now.
Mr. Edgeworth, I hope you don't blame yourself for what happened. We were the ones who acted corruptly, not you.
It's too late for me. No matter what anyone may say, I realized today that I can't correct my mistakes. Mr. Edgeworth, not only that, but I don't even trust myself anymore. Chief Gant was right.
You despise criminals. I can feel it. You and me, we're the same. One day you'll understand. Oh, believe me, you will. You're just one man. You'll see what it really takes to bring them down once you try to go it alone.
I do despise criminals. I plan to dedicate my entire life to fighting them. But in order to fight crime on my own, I need a weapon. Hey Lana, you know weapons, right? You use them all the time in this case, right?
Yeah.
Scary.
Here, have a knife.
It's scary, but I've known that to be true for quite some time now.
But Edgeworth.
Who knows? Given it enough time, I might have tried to pull something that like Chief Gant did. That thought terrifies me. That's why I can't continue on as a prosecutor. In fact, I'll just defend criminals now.
Yeah. Edgeworth, don't you understand? Damon Gant and your mentor, Manfred von Karma, were both the best of the best when it came to fighting crime. But they both made the same mistake. You said in order to fight crime on my own, I'd need a weapon. That may be true, but think back to today's trial. You weren't alone. You were working together with Mr. Wright, and because of that partnership, you were able to present evidence that otherwise would have gone undiscovered. Isn't that right, Mr. Wright? Huh? What? Oh, yeah. What is this, a pop quiz?
Come on, Mr. Wright, show him what Lana's talking about.
Evidence, huh? Something that neither Edgeworth nor I would have been able to find on our own. Whoops. I was not expecting the evidence thing to just pop up. Oh, that's right. I forgot. At the end of every case, it's like, try to tell what was the most important evidence in this case, and you get it wrong, and it's just like, never mind. We're moving on.
Do your badge. Do your badge.
Something that neither. I think
Do your badge.
I think it's the evidence list. No, I don't, because you can't go back.
I
You only get one shot.
Badge.
You only get one shot.
It's the last one, dude. Do your
But
badge.
I want to actually see what it is. I want to see what the answer is. I'm pretty sure it's the evidence list.
I think it's the badge. What's the picture I drew?
Our counterattack began with this. You had one half of the evidence list, and I had the other. Apart, we wouldn't have been able to completely restore Emma's picture. You and the badge. That didn't just happen by chance, Mr. Edgeworth.
It's time for me to go. Mr. Edgeworth, if you'll excuse me, there are still some loose ends that need wrapping up.
People that need killing.
Take care, Chief Prosecutor.
Edgeworth, what will you do now? Well, whatever you do, just remember, you can let what happened kill the prosecutor in you, or you can let it help you grow. In the end, it's up to you.
I know. It seems I owe you my thanks too, right? But what I face now is my problem.
Edgeworth, I'll be waiting for you in court.
Farewell. In fact, I can't wait to defend you again.
We'll forge so much evidence. I better be going too.
Okay, but I'll be by to visit soon. Can't wait to see you in jail.
It seems we both have a lot to learn and catching up to do. Here, this is a little something for you.
Scientific investigations?
It's the first book I ever bought. Study it well.
Thanks, sis. I will. That's a nice ending.
Yeah, and so another case came to a close. As for the sisters, I have faith. Faith that their lives have only just begun. And as for me, I think it's time I started on a new journey of my own. A journey to rediscover myself.
I wonder what would happen if you chose something else.
You mean if I chose the badge?
Yes.
Well, it would have probably been like a one-off thing, and it would have continued on. Those parts don't usually last too long.
Mm-hmm. Well, don't go trekking off just yet, pal.
Huh? What is it, detective?
There is just a little matter to be resolved about the chief prosecutor. You see, she isn't supposed to be out of jail like this. But...
I thought you said it was okay.
yeah, well, it may be okay with me, but the folks at the prison are a different story.
God damn it. Huh?
Basically, I had to bribe a guard in order to sneak her out for 30 minutes.
What?
Believe me, it wasn't cheap either.
Huh?
Way to go, detective. I didn't know you had a wild side.
Gumshoe, are we gonna have a trial about this?
Yeah, well, you see, Mr. Wright here is the one who'll be footing the bill.
Huh? Huh?
What, you think I could afford it with my salary? You gotta be kidding me, pal. I make less than minimum wage now.
Huh? Huh?
Thank you, Mr. Wright, you're the best.
Why is it? I suddenly feel like I want to scream.
Hey, I got an idea. Why don't we all go pay it off together? Yeah, that's a great idea. We'll all get pay cuts.
Yeah, well, yeah, we're gonna go all pay off the guard we bribed, like like we're a family going out to dinner.
Come on, guys, let's go. That was great.
Oh wow,
I loved it.
That's how it ends. Damn, yeah. There's more. Okay. I hope she'll be pleased to study under a top coroner. As for me, this affair has pretty much ended my days at the prosecutor's office. Still, I'll manage to find my way back to the field somehow. Then, I'll be able to investigate crimes together with Emma. Interesting.
Yikes. I thought I was a gunner for a moment there.
Yeah, I have no control.
They overlooked
this.
my unauthorized invasion. If we penalized you anymore, it'd be worse than firing you. Yep, that's what they said. It just goes to show, you can't shake me off that easily.
Huh.
Instead of him making money, he has to pay money to be a detective.
Yeah, that's basically where we're at. Oh. My new mission is to guard the main entrance and take care of Billy. Can you believe it? I've been demoted to a security guard. My partner's keeping an eye on the entrance for me today. I'll show them, though. Someday I'm going to make a detective. Yes, sir, then I can be just like that Dick Gumshoe. And get paid nothing. I can't wait till I'm old enough to have my salary cut by Edgeworth.
I'm assuming it's gonna be the Western or the.
No, it's the Blue Badger.
Hmm?
It's dancing.
Yeah, he's gonna beat you with this stick right there, with this baton.
Mm-hmm. It broke.
No!
That's so funny.
Amazing.
The true murderer died. There he is. What is it? Can't you see I'm having me a showdown with a steak lunch partner? Miss Star managed to sneak this into me. She's seen one of the guards, it seems. Of course she is. Oh, cowboy, looks like you did it. You even gave Bambina back her smile. Can you make sure Billy and the gang get their water? Of course, she's seeing one of the guards.
He's seeing all the guards.
Oh.
Looks like we won't be seeing each other for a while. As a farewell gift, I put a new meal on the menu. Right way lunch. The top layer tastes as bitter as defeat, but the bottom layer is as sweet as victory. Kids seem to dig the turnabout theme. It's a hot seller around exam time. Just make sure not to eat it backwards.
Okay then. Oh, the judge. Okay. I'll never forget what that young defense lawyer said after the trial. Let's see, what was his name again? Mr. Left. Anyway, he said he's been doing something or other for, how many years? Well, anyway, I've got another trial to get to, so I better be... Huh? Oh no, I forgot my gavel. Sorry, gotta go. Jesus Christ.
I just remember he has a small penis.
Yeah. Remember that? We haven't talked about that in a long time. Jesus Christ. The judge. Never change, judge.
Nothing soothes the soul like fresh country air. Still, sometimes I miss hearing you and your objection. Still, I can't go back until I'm a full-fledged spirit medium.
Mystic Maya afternoon training's about to begin.
Coming! Well, see you around, Nick.
Okay, yeah. Also, I didn't want to interrupt you, but I halfway through that I remembered, oh yeah, I voiced Maya.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, because you were Mia, and then they ended up switching roles when, you know, Mia died.
Okay.
But it's been so long that I actually legitimately forgot.
Whoops.
It's
oh
fine.
well.
It does not matter. Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth, I brought you your tea. What's going on?
I was handing in his resignation.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yes, that's what that was.
Yep.
I like how he gets a a guy working at a hotel to give him
somehow that makes sense.
Thanks for coming to see me off. I can't believe I'm going to Europe. Thank you, Mr. Wright. Thank you so much for everything. I'm a little sad, but I'll be alright. Whenever I want to see Lana, all I have to do is open this book.
Oh, okay. Aw.
That's nice.
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought it was going to be an article showing Lana behind bars. Look, I get this here every day. Oh, yay.
God. That would be very funny. I think that's actually it.
Yeah.
Saving content. Title
Episode
screen.
episode
Okay.
6.
Yeah. Okay, well that's it. There it is. That is the end of the first Ace Attorney. 1/3 of this trilogy.
Wow, what a journey.
What a journey it was. I wasn't expecting the last ace of that journey to be half of it. Because it actually was. I think it was about half the length of the entire game. At least for us, at least for our playthrough. But it was still a really good case. That's the thing.
I thought it was fantastic.
It was long, but it was a great case. So it's like hard to be upset about it.
Yeah, no, it definitely was worth it.
Yeah. But I think but that is it. That's the end of the game. And we're going to be on to the second game eventually. But I think we're going to probably move on to some other new stuff soon.